Today I'm going to show you how to make my favorite dish from the Forks Over Knives meal planner. It is the peanut noodles with vegetables. This is a quick, simple dish that I always make sure to have the ingredients for on hand. You'll want to begin by boiling the noodles of your choice. The recipe calls for brown rice noodles, but I find that I often have red lentil noodles on hand. Use whatever works best for you. For the next step, you will make the sauce. I like to have everything laid out in front of me to make it easier. You will need peanut butter, soy sauce, maple syrup, ginger, garlic, and salt. The added salt is optional. You can add these ingredients in any order. To a medium-sized bowl, add 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter. I like to use Smucker's Natural as I find it has the best taste and only has 2 ingredients, roasted peanuts and salt. Next, you will grate a 1/4 cup of fresh ginger. It seems like a lot, but it adds a great flavor to the sauce. After you add the ginger, add 1/4 cup each soy sauce and maple syrup. Alternatively, you could use coconut aminos and agave. Next, you'll add about 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic. If you're not using minced garlic that's pre-prepared like I am, you can just use about 6 cloves of fresh garlic. If you want any additional salt, go ahead and add that here. Otherwise, go ahead and stir up your sauce using a whisk until thoroughly combined. Now it's time to start cooking your vegetables. I find it easiest to do this in the pot that I just boiled my noodles in. I used 3 bags of stir-fry blend vegetables here. You can see right now that I'm picking out the broccoli stems. That's just a personal preference. The downside of using frozen veggies for me is the fact that I have to remove these broccoli stems. So when I do use this frozen instead of fresh, I like to replace about equal weight that I lose from the broccoli stems with another vegetable. In this case, I used a bag of mixed frozen peppers. From here, I will let the vegetables sit for a while until they cook most of the way through. Even though it looks like my peppers are still partially frozen, the vegetables underneath are most of the way cooked through. The peppers are still partially frozen just because it took me a little while to add them in. This is about the time I like to start thinking about adding my sauce. So what I'm going to do now is add just a splash of light coconut milk to my sauce. And I do this because I like it to be a bit creamier. I don't do this every time, but right now I felt like my sauce was a bit too thick. So I will just whisk that in to get the consistency that I want. In addition, I also occasionally like to add a little bit of Thai sriracha. Should you choose to add the sriracha, I would suggest using just a little bit at first. It raises the heat of the dish pretty quickly, even if you use just a small amount. Neither the coconut milk or the sriracha are original to the recipe. This is something that I like to add because I find that it raises the flavor and makes it a better texture. This is the time to add the sauce. Slowly add it into the vegetables and stir it in until it's completely incorporated. Once the sauce is incorporated, stir in the noodles and mix until thoroughly combined. After you've mixed the pasta and the vegetables, let it sit until everything reaches the same temperature. At this point, your pasta is ready to serve. Hopefully you've enjoyed this recipe. Please check back for more soon.